Hi everyone, welcome to Planet Ariel. So this week we are coming up to a new moon in the sign of Aquarius on January the 29th. So a new moon is when the sun and the moon are at the same degree in the same sign. So they're coming together and conjoining in the sign at the same degree. And this time they are conjoining at 9 Aquarius. So if you have any planets or points that are close to 9 Aquarius or at 9 degrees of other of the fixed signs, and the fixed signs are Aquarius and Leo and Scorpio and Taurus, you may be feeling this new moon a little bit more personally than other people. The thing about a new moon is that it's an inception point for the energy of the sign. And it's the beginning, it's kind of like a portal. And we see these energies of Aquarius are not only are they coming in through that new moon portal, but our intentions to work with those energies are going through as well. So that's a time when we're kind of putting out there what we would like to we could call it manifest, what we'd like to work with. And often we will see when we're looking at social media, when we're talking to our friends, there's a certain energy field that seems to come through that new moon portal. And of course, that's the inspiration for some of our actions, our thoughts, our beliefs. And right now, we are talking about Aquarius. So Aquarius has very much taken hold of our consciousness, I would say, because Pluto, the sign or the planet Pluto, went into Aquarius on the 19th of November. And so we are in for 20 years of a lot of Aquarian energy coming into the consciousness of this planet. And Pluto is the evolutionary driver for the planet, for all humanity, for all the beings on the planet. And remember, evolution doesn't just happen to people. We evolve, the planet evolves, all beings on the planet evolve, the solar system evolves, everything is always evolving to its highest potential. And there isn't an end to it, so there is no highest. In some ways, it just keeps moving. It just keeps expanding and growing, and all living beings, of course, are part of that consciousness. So we all are evolving together. Just to come back to the new moon, when new moons happen, it's this inception point. It is the beginning of that energetic portal for the sign of Aquarius. And that goes on for about 2 weeks as the moon moves to full. So the moon is waxing, and in 2 weeks from now, there will be a full moon. At the time of the full moon, what we have is a peak in the energy, and also there can be a revelation of something perhaps we didn't know about that is related to the energies that we're working with for that month. This can be happening in the collective. We may be seeing it again, social media or the news. It might be happening in our personal life. And then there's a waning period after the full moon, and the moon wanes back to new. So then we start the next lunation period with the next new moon. So just to tell you how that works. Now, as I said, the energies of Aquarius have been very much with us since Pluto moved into Aquarius in November. So what is Aquarius? Aquarius is a fixed air sign. Air signs are related to our mentality. They're related to consciousness. And Aquarius is very much about our genius, our uniqueness, the way that we take that creative actualization and make it into something different. Aquarius is where we have sudden quantum leaps in consciousness that take us into realms that we haven't even explored before. It's very much related to innovation, to vision, to technology, to experimentation, inventiveness, new ideas, and seeing things from a higher consciousness. Aquarius builds the bridge between the individual and the network and the cosmos. Aquarius rules the 11th house, and in the 11th house, we find our networks, our friendships, our associations, the things that are neighborhoods, the things that take us out of the individual into a feeling of being in the collective or involved in the collective consciousness. So Aquarius is really bridging the worlds from the individual to the network to the cosmos, and it does rule all those things. When we're talking about Aquarius, we're talking about this idea of we the people, by the people, for the people. And it can, just as it can speak about humanitarian causes and utopian ideals, it can also talk about rebellion and what we sometimes need to do to turn the old order upside down. Because Aquarius is always constantly trying to take us to a higher and more expanded place. It is always about holding a utopian vision. And how do we get to that utopian vision? Well, one of the ways that we get to the utopian vision is rebellion against the old order. Another way, though, is to take our own creative actualization, which actually takes place in the sign opposite to Aquarius, which is the sign of Leo, and we contribute it to the whole. We start to think about how, not only how can I express my creativity, but how does my creativity expand the whole? How can it be a benefit, not just to me, but to the group to which I belong? I think what we are going to be seeing now is a lot of people forming informal groups based on like-mindedness, based on interest, based on, also the ideas of innovation. What do we need to do to take some of the things that have been taken care of for us by government or by bigger organizations that are very much of the old order? How do we start doing it for ourselves? So when we have an old order that is representing sort of a crystallized set of values, this is where Aquarius really gets going. Aquarius is like, yeah, no, thank you. So think the French Revolution, really good example. Leo represents the individual, the ego, the egotist, the narcissist. It also represents royalty. And Aquarius is, again, the egalitarianism of working together as a group consciousness. When we have that contrast of the Leo archetype, which I think we're very much seeing right now, is people with one vision for how things should be and coming at it from a very old-fashioned set of ideals. What we also have is the contrast of people saying, yeah, we don't want to do it that way. And perhaps people that haven't been collaborating with each other across disciplines, across artistic expression, are now starting to come together in unique ways because they have a different vision than the vision that is being held up by the old order. So I believe that what we're seeing out in the social world right now is very much an Aquarian movement to work together, but also to hold a higher vision than what we've had in the past. The contrast is that in the Leo archetype, we have my vision, and my vision is based on me. And it is this very like, oh, this is me and my idea, of course, is the best idea. It can be heartless in the shadow aspect. It can be very much about it's just going to be my way or the highway, regardless of what this means for other people. So again, that is that's the lower expression of Leo. The lower expression of Aquarius can be rebellion that doesn't really accomplish anything. So it can be, I'm just going to rebel to rebel. I'm just gonna go into social demonstrations and unrest just to shake things up. So when there's no vision, those things can be very unproductive. If you go on Instagram for 2 minutes these days, you will see a lot of people having a lot of conversations. And because they are concerned about what's happening, especially in the United States, they are talking about their own ideals. They are talking about, well, what do we really want in society? What is important to us? So I think that even though this is a new moon in the sign of Aquarius, and we are going to move very quickly on to the next sign in another 3 weeks or so. Right now, we are having lots of conversations. And I think we are going to, what we're going to see happening now is people really coming to the table and saying, okay, we need to do something. And here's my idea. It's even the idea of having these conversations in groups that is going to be very creative. At the highest level of Aquarius, we have a utopian vision. We have a higher consciousness. At the highest level of its opposite, Leo, its opposite sign, Leo, we have leadership. And we have leadership that's coming from the heart. Leo rules the heart. So when Aquarius and Leo, which are on opposite sides of the zodiac, when they start working together in balance, we have an incredible opportunity for heart-based leadership and for an Aquarian vision that benefits everybody. So right now, again, we're just talking about a single month of a new moon in Aquarius. But again, remember that our individual consciousness, this Aquarius builds a bridge into the greater benefit. The question would be, what is my creative idea? What is my own unique genius? What does my vision have to contribute to the whole? And whatever it is that is your genius, it could be art, it could be accounting, it could be anything. Putting it through your unique pattern, your unique system of all your experiences and all your thoughts and all your learning and all that, it's going to be a unique offering. What does that look like? And how can you see it as a benefit? We don't evolve society without evolving individuals. It's only individual evolution that drives society into a higher expression. So this is the bridge between the personal and the collective, is that when we do our work, when we hold our vision, when we allow our creativity to come through in our own unique way, this affects the whole. This affects the whole consciousness, the whole society. We talk about our vision with others. They talk about, we have relationships, we go to work. We might think, oh, I don't really want to tell anybody about that thing that I'm really interested in because they might think I'm kind of weird. Well, again, Aquarius very much promotes our unique vision, no matter whether we think it's a little too unique or not. So it's a good time to have those conversations, just to trust that maybe that crazy idea that you have is not so crazy and could be an incredible benefit. If it, bring it to somebody else, talk about it with somebody else, bring people together in your life to have these conversations. Now, the other thing that's important about this week that's related to Aquarius is that the ruler of Aquarius, Uranus, is right now in the sign of Taurus, and it has been in retrograde for quite a while. it is going to start moving forward on Friday. So on Thursday, we have a new moon in Aquarius, and on Friday, we have Uranus in Aquarius, or Uranus in Taurus, moving forward for the first time in a number of months. So again, this is all very much Aquarian energy in a move forward phase. Write it down, talk about it, get your people together. This is a great idea to a great time to get your ideas down on paper and start taking yourself seriously. Like and subscribe if you're enjoying this content. Bye.